from Libya? Anybody from Malawi? Did we see anybody from Malawi? From Morocco? Anybody from Morocco? Hello, hello,
Yes,
Raja.
hello. Hello.
Hi. Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
How are
Hi.
you?
Bonjour, très
This
bien,
is
merci. Vous?
We're fine, thank you. And yourself?
Fine, thank you. Could I get your name, please, there?
Yes, sure. This is Asma from Morocco.
Asma. Hi, how are you?
Moi,
Please,
je
I'm
if you
good,
could
thank you.
rename your device there so that we could catch your name there.
Sure,
Good to
I
see
will.
you too, Naul. Naul as well. Thank you so, so much. Great.
I'm
So
from
Morocco's in the
Morocco.
house. So excited.
I'm from Morocco.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, how are
Great.
you?
aussi, je
This is
suis
so
Lynn du
exciting.
Maroc. Ravie de te voir.
And I'm also from Morocco, and I'm delighted to see you.
Hello,
And we're
beautiful.
delighted to see you too. Wow, this is so exciting. So strong contingent from Morocco. Who do we have? Who do we have from Mozambique? Mozambique, do we have anybody from Mozambique? Anybody from Mozambique in the room? Anybody from, oh, Madagascar. Oh, wow, this is lovely. Thank you so much for popping it there in the chat. So we've got Madagascar as well. Do we have anybody from Namibia? Do we have Namibia? I know Anna's from Namibia. Anybody else from
Yes,
Namibia?
we should have one more.
We should have one more. I'm sure she's still yet to join. Lovely to see you, Anna, from Mozambique as well. That's amazing. Nigeria, who do we have from Nigeria in the room? Do we have Nigeria? Wow, so many screens of amazing people. You have no idea how lovely it is. And if you could also take the time to scroll through as well and just see all these amazing faces that are here, the power of technology connecting us so well, connecting us so well. So Nigeria as well in the room. Anybody from Rwanda? Anybody from Rwanda, DRC? Do we have anybody from DRC and Rwanda in the room? Looking forward to seeing you all.
I think there are a few in the
Kimberly.
chat as well. Vicky, there are a
Mhm.
few in the chat. Maybe they're raising their hands,
Yes.
but we just can't see them.
Yeah, I see Liberia there as well. So thanks for picking that up. Liberia there as well. I see all your wonderful hands raised up. Thank you so much. Keep that coming. So Senegal, Somalia, do we have anybody from Senegal, Somalia? You can also pop it in the chat. We're picking up all that. Wonderful. Hi, Rosine from Cameroon. Thank you so, so much. Do we see anybody there, Anna, from Senegal, Somalia, South Africa? Who do we have from South Africa in the room? Let's see you. Anybody from South Africa? Anybody from South Africa? Eva, we see you from Tanzania. Is there anybody else from Tanzania? I see that in the chat as well. South Sudan, do we have anybody from South Sudan in the room? South Sudan, South Sudan. South Sudan, South Sudan. Anybody from Togo, Tunisia in the room? From Togo and Tunisia? Anybody from Togo and Tunisia? Hi, Josephine. Always such a pleasure to see you. So Josephine from Tanzania. All right, so Togo, Tunisia, we move. Uganda. Anybody from Uganda? Anybody from Zambia? Uganda and Zambia? Anybody from there? And then we move on. And then we move on to Zimbabwe. Anybody from Zimbabwe? I'm from Zimbabwe. So hey, I'm from Zimbabwe. So please just pop it in the chat. Hi, Anna from Mozambique. Hi, Pili from Tanzania. Irene from Tanzania. Do let us know where you're coming from. Is there any country that I didn't mention and you're here? We'd love to see you. Please let me know. Any country that I didn't mention and you're here, because we always love to give these shout outs. It's so important because we're going to connect with each other. And so one of the reasons why we do this is so that everybody gets acquainted with all the countries that are in here. And our hope is after this program, you're going to be such great friends and such great colleagues on a professional level that you will continue to collaborate after this program. So before we dive right in, we want to talk a little bit about how learning a little bit of the technology is very, very important in this program. And we do hope that you did get an opportunity to drop into the IT clinic to just get familiarized with some of the technology that we're going to be using in the Women Empowerment Program. So if you're feeling excited and you're feeling ready to jump right in, please give me a thumbs up, and we're going to start using the technology already. So we're going to find the reactions button and we are going to put a thumbs up. So let me see your thumbs up. I'm going to do it physically, but everybody can do it using the reaction. So we love to send each other some love. So Nadine is doing that as well with me. So Anna, you can join me there as well. So we love to send each other some love, and we always like to say thumbs up and make sure that we're feeling really, really good. So this is how I'm feeling today. As I mentioned, we are celebrating the 5th birthday of the Women Empowerment Program. So you couldn't have joined us at a better time where we are in the mood to celebrate. So, Anna, what do we have next? Alrighty, so I think there we have some internet issues. So as always, to kick us off and to get us started, we have a musical live music really that we like to enjoy here on the Women Empowerment Program. And we have our lovely, lovely, lovely Farah El, who was born in Libya in 1994. Her family moved to Ireland in 1996. And she is an amazing, amazing musician. And she also holds music and wellness workshops to encourage women and people to creatively express themselves and celebrate their identities. And she is an upcoming star in Ireland, and we always love to share with Farah El one of her beautiful songs that she usually comes on to kick off our program with. So we're so excited, Farah El, to have you, and the floor is yours.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I love these workshops. It's an honor to be back. Assalamu alaikum. My name is. Can everybody hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
we can. We can, Farah. Please go ahead.
Okay, great. So I'm going to start off. Actually, I'm going to do something a cappella today. And this is something that changes every day, just like I feel every day we are different, you know, and we have different feelings every day and different moods, and we have the chance to renew ourselves with every new day that comes. So this is an idea that has been floating around my head, and I hope you enjoy. Life can be strange, beauty and pain. Move with the change, flow like the rain. Life can be strange, beauty and pain. Beauty and pain, and the waves, the waves, the waves, the waves. Now I'm on to a different path. I'm following a whole new path. Faith comes in waves, the waves, the waves, the waves. On to a different path. I'm following a whole new path. 'Cause I've got a healthy body and I've got a healthy heart. I've got a healthy spirit and I've got a healthy mind. I've got an attitude of gratitude. والحمد لله اللي عنا بعضنا. أنا سعيدة وفرحانة. أنا سعيدة. أنا سعيدة. أنا سعيدة الحمد لله اللي عنا بعضنا. أنا سعيدة وفرحانة. أنا سعيدة. And love is real. Love is real, and it gives us freedom. Yeah, it gives us freedom. And I know that life can be strange. There's beauty and pain. I move with the change, flow like the rain. Life can be strange, beauty and pain. Thank you. Nice to meet you all. Nice day.
Wow, wow,
Thank you
wow.
so,
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Wow, that was wonderful to hear from you. Moving on, ladies, we're going to have some tech tips for us to engage properly within the program. We all know that
So,
technology loves to show off when when it is in use. So, for tech tips, we're going to do
but before we
everything
do
we're
the
going.
tech tips, Anna, so just
Yes.
before, if I could just come in there, Anna, before we
All
do the
right.
tech tips, I'm going to jump right into the program overview so that we can let everybody know how the program is going to be structured for the next coming weeks. So we'll come right back to the tech tips because they're very important. And so for now, we're going to have a look at the program overview so that we can see what to look forward to for the next 6 weeks. So, as I've mentioned, today is the first of many sessions that we will be having here at the Women Empowerment Program. So, we just want to welcome everybody to the program and just remind everybody that really we're all here because this is a continuing professional development program. Just to remind everybody again, this was launched by SAP Africa Code Week and its key partners. And this program is all about you. It's all about equipping African female educators and teachers in computer science and STEM with the skills and knowledge that they need to successfully teach. And I know you're doing an amazing job in your respective spaces doing this. We also want to make sure that we bring all of you together so that you foster an educational, collaborative, and innovative environment that supports the work of the Women Empowerment Program and of the African continent in celebrating and aligning to UN SDGs 3, 4, 5, and 17. And so these are the main USDGs that the Women Empowerment Program basically lives by or is guided by. So far we've mentioned we have had 575 attendees of this program, which is really huge, coming from over 40 participating countries. And to date, we have 455 alumni that are within WEP. And so this is very, very exciting for us to actually be part and parcel of that program. So each goal of the Women Empowerment Program is always achieved through a linked program objective. And these linked program objectives are basically guided by you as the educators. So we're looking at increasing female leadership capacity. So that is the first one. We're also looking at increasing girls' access to digital learning. This is very, very important. We're also looking at addressing health and education barriers that are affecting our girls and impacting them in our communities. And this is where you are all playing a huge, huge role as role models of these girls in your respective communities. So I know as teachers, you are so many things to your students. Sometimes you're a mother, Sometimes you're a mentor, sometimes you're an educator, sometimes even you're a disciplinarian. So you play so many roles in the lives of these children. So there are going to be 6 sessions that we're going to look forward to. So we always look at education in the global context, which is the very first one. And we will progress with some of those themes you see there on the screen until we get to week 6. Week 6 is really an exciting week for all of us because that's our graduation week. And that is the week where you get to showcase in your respective groups how you have progressed in the last 6 weeks, and also the technological solution and project that you would have come up with during that 6 weeks. So we're very, very excited about that. But as we do that, it's all fun and play as well on the Women Empowerment Program. And so we always love to go around the continent and get to know what it is that you are doing. So every week, we are going to invite a teacher to share a video telling her story in no more than 3 minutes of the work that she's doing. So it could be the work you're doing in your classroom, the work you're doing in your community, any new roles that you're playing in your school, the challenges that you're facing. In fact, you're just here to inspire and motivate us through your story. And so we'd love to hear that. So we'd love you to send a link to your video so you're able to record this and upload it onto YouTube, and then send us a link. And you can do that by emailing info@thecamdentrust.org. So send your videos to info@thecamdentrust.org. So we've started receiving these videos. So as soon as you can make one, we'd love to feature you in the Teachers Corner section of the Women Empowerment Program. And so that's just a sneak preview of what it looks like when we feature the teachers on the social media platforms that we have. So we're available on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and we always love to spotlight and highlight all the amazing work that you're doing. And also, by extension, we'd also love to invite you to give us a shout out on social media. Let everybody know that you are part of the Women Empowerment Program. So that is how you can get in touch with us on our social media platform. So what do we need to remember as we go through this program for the next 6 weeks? So we want to make sure that we register for the Zoom link. And I'm sure all of us have done that. Just keep that Zoom link somewhere where you are going to be able to find it every week, because you are going to use the same link to join every other week. And we also want to remind you to join the participants WhatsApp group. This is a dedicated group that will allow us all to connect, to exchange, and most importantly, to stay up to date with any new programs or any updates that we might have regarding the program. And then, of course, just to remind everybody, we love to always hear your comments, your feedback, and also if there's anything at all that we can do to assist you, please kindly send us an email on info@camdentrust.org, and let's try to minimize the use of WhatsApp, as sometimes we're not able to read all the messages in time, and we may end up missing some really important information from you. So we do want to make sure that we get back to you as soon as possible. And the easiest way for us to do that for you is if you send us an email. So as we continue to have the conversation around what the week is going to look like, we also just want to take note of some of the hashtag to use for this program. So we want to make sure that everybody knows that it's hashtag WEP 2023. So you are part of this cohort. So this is the relevant year. Hashtag ACW, hashtag Women Empowerment Program, hashtag Women in Education. So this is all important, and these are the tags at Africa Code Week, at Irish Aid, at Life at SAP, at UNESCO, and of course at Camden Edu, because this is really, really important for us to make sure that we are all together in that. And of course, as you'll see, I have my backdrop already put there. So we're going to share this presentation with you on how you can enable your backdrop as well, so that you can be with us as well and take pictures and just, you know, screenshots of your time on the program. So that was just a quick run through of what to expect for the next 6 weeks. But as I mentioned, this is the 5th birthday of the Women Empowerment Program, and we have a little surprise for you. And it's coming from one of our co-moderators. She started off the program as well, and we all were so delighted to work with her and, you know, continue to work with her. And her name is Nadine. So Nadine is going to be walking us through the birthday celebration. And just to give you a little bit of background about Nadine, so she has spent 25 years working in HIV and global health within United Nations and civil society agencies, as well as in academic institutions in Asia, Africa, and her home country, Ireland. So she's also the co-founder and executive director of Health and Development Networks. And so she's worked, like I've said, in Asian countries for quite some years. And she's extremely passionate about self-stigma and self-worth, and basing all these experiences from her own personal and professional experiences, she has really worked with a number of amazing people to design and innovate approaches to support people with living with HIV. So we're so proud, we're so excited, and above all, so honored to have Nadine with us on the program. Nadine?
Thank you, Vicky, and good morning, everybody. And what an amazing opportunity just to be here and to watch you, Vicky, as you open this program and see everybody coming in. And I love to see that we have some friends, older friends who've been with us for a few seasons, and new amazing women coming in. So absolutely, absolutely beautiful to see here. Naima, missing you too. And I have to say, can you guys see me in this very, very warm jumper? I'm looking at you all. I'm looking at Mwajumba. I'm looking at you, and it looks so warm where you are. Please send me some sunshine. We need some over here in Ireland. So the team asked me to say just a little bit about the 5 years that have happened and how this program was started. And we do have a presentation for you. So for those of you who'd like to really look at the details, we're going to share that with you in the chat, so that you can really have a look at where it's come from. But just to say that, you know, this program, when it started, the theme and how it's continued is this is about women. This program is about women. And that's why when you look at all of the boxes on this screen, and if you'd like to turn your cameras on, girls, turn your cameras on, because there is nothing like the connection of being able to see all these women. This is a women's empowerment program. It's about women. And when this program was created by an incredible team of people, it was about creating a safe space for amazing women educators to come together. So that we could learn, so that we could grow, and we could inspire each other. And that's what we do. And, you know, sometimes we talk about leadership and we talk about creativity, and we talk about it as if it's something that's outside of us, a set of skills that can actually be learned. But of course, every one of us is a leader. And this Women's Empowerment Program was set up to help all of us find the leader that is inside of us. We wanted the course to reflect the whole woman. And over the 5 years, it has grown. We have changed. Women have come in with ideas. They've come in with new things that have worked and told us what worked and what didn't work, and we have changed. But what was important was that this was about the whole woman. It was about the professional woman, the professional women that we are in the classroom, in the organizations, in the different places that we're working and we're educating, but it's also about our personal selves. How can we separate our professional from our personal? Impossible. So this course, Women's Empowerment Program, was designed to invite the passion, to invite the energy, to invite the experience, and also the vulnerability of each woman, which in my experience is probably the most exciting trait of leadership, is vulnerability, when you feel safe enough to be vulnerable. And this was a course that would inspire courage, and it would also act as a mirror so that each one of us could appreciate who we are from the inside out. Over the 5 years, this course was designed so that there would be like a range of skills that Vicky's already mentioned: digital skills, leadership skills, design thinking skills, but also that there would be like this collective learning on issues around the Sustainable Development Goals, around gender, around health, around education, and all together with music. So you see, Farah El kicked us off this morning. Music is a part of exactly who we are. So why would we not have it as part of a program if we're talking about the whole woman? The whole woman. So, what was really wonderful, what's been wonderful in these 5 years is that together, this group of women, and I have to say, and I know Vicky, you will say, and Anna, you will say the same as well, there is nothing like the collaboration that happens when women come together in a safe space. We are naturally collaborative, and when we are really feeling safe and able to collaborate, amazing things happen. So during the course of these 5 years, and your 6 weeks in this season, you're going to work together to identify challenges, big challenges. For instance, during COVID, we were together online during COVID, and we looked at the challenge of getting girls into school. What are we going to do about girls in school during COVID? And as a group of women in the last seasons, the women came up with really concrete suggestions, solutions for how to actually overcome some of these challenges. And you're going to do that through design thinking in this course as well. In the course, it was designed so that you would learn new skills, you would make new friends, and most importantly, that you would realize your own potential. This is what this course is about. In order to do that, well-being is such an important part of who we are. We often talk about well-being. How many of you in your classrooms and in your education spaces talk to your students about well-being? Just put your hand up. Do you talk to them about mental health? Do you talk to them about well-being? Yeah, it's something that we talk. But how many of you actually do it for yourself? How many of you give yourself time and space to be well in your minds, to look after your mind, to look after your body? Well-being is an integral part of this course, and I'm excited to be able to join you during this season to offer some of the well-being techniques that we have been sharing in the 5 years since we started. Make no mistake, ladies, this course has not been designed, you'll see the slides that we show, you'll see all these beautiful things, and they are beautiful, by our amazing designer, Claire Betis. But when we started, there wasn't any of that. There was just us. We were together in a room, first of all in Rabat, and then together online. And we were creating as we went based on the feedback and based on what each of us can offer. So continue to offer, be creative. Don't be afraid to offer. This course has grown like that. And, when I look at Vicky, there's a progression model through this course. And it's so wonderful to celebrate that. I look at Vicky and I remember her as a participant, just like you coming in today. I remember Vicky coming in as a participant. I remember her opening her microphone and sharing her experience and her teacher's corner from Zimbabwe. And now she's the lead moderator of this program. And she's also started a country level women's empowerment program. So, Vicky shows us anything is possible. This course shows us anything is possible. When women work together, everything is possible. So it's a collaborative space. It's a creative space. Enjoy every minute of the journey and be brave. Be brave, women. This is the chance to be brave, be creative, and most of all, share your voice. That's what this course was created for. So happy birthday, 5th birthday to us as we look back, and enjoy your season. And I look forward to being with you as you go along in this journey. So thank you all so much. Beautiful to be here.
Thank you so much, Nadine. And I think, yes, let's show you some love. Let's show you some love. Thank you so much for showing us. And we're just going to put some reactions there. Yeah. So there's some hearts for you, from
Thanks.
us to you. And
I love hearts.
It's so, yes. And this is what the Women Empowerment Program is all about. And I'm glad that you speak about collaboration, because that is the most important thing, being your sister's keeper. And I think this is a true reflection of that happening here on the Women Empowerment Program. We're all so connected, different places, different countries, different geographical locations, but on this virtual space, we're all connected and we're all together. And that is absolutely amazing. So thank you so much, Nadine, for wishing us a happy birthday. And we're so excited to enjoy the rest of the program. So it's only fitting that we open up this birthday edition of the Women Empowerment Program by having two inspiring ladies join us in our fireside chat. So you will notice that from time to time, we will ask some amazing ladies to join us for some chats as we progress in the program. And it's really exciting for me at this point to welcome today Agnes Ayariga Atanga from CAMFED. So Agnes is a member of the CAMFED Association. She's a third-year PhD computer science student at the University of Ghana. And it doesn't end there, because she's also the co-founder of Academic Success Team. She supports the career development of junior high, senior high, and tertiary students, especially female students and persons with disability. Her and her team have mentored over 10,000 final year students, awarded 300 students, and trained 350 women in ICT skills. So Agnes is a teacher by profession, so she fits right in, and has 3 years working experience of teaching ICT at high school level in Ghana. So she's currently working with CAMFED as an association development officer based in Ghana. So Agnes, it's a warm, warm welcome to the Women Empowerment Program. We're so excited that you could join us today.
Thank you so much. It's really heartwarming to be part of today's conversation, and I'm excited to hear all about the Women Empowerment programs and activities. And happy 5 years anniversary to the Women Empowerment team. And cheers to the next 5 years, and also doubling our impacts that we've made so far. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Agnes. And if your network allows, we'd love to catch your face on screen as well, if your network is stable enough.
So unfortunately, I'm using 2 devices because of my audio challenge. So you notice that my audio is on for my laptop, but I'm using my phone for the audio because I'm having a challenge with my laptop. But
totally fine, totally fine.
Thank you.
All right. And of course, our very own Josephine Sepeku. So Josephine is also another co-moderator for the Women Empowerment Program, but currently she serves as the UNDP Project Officer for the Dumisha Amani Project. She holds a master's in Gender Rights and Globalization from the National University of Ireland, Galway, and also holds an LLB in Integrated Law from Zanzibar University. So before she joined UNDP, Josephine was the project manager for Future, STEM business leader at DTBI. She worked with organizations like DHL, Wingcopter, and GIZ on Drone X projects to deliver medical supplies to remote islands in Tanzania. She is a very strong youth and girls empowerment advocate, and also is the SAP Africa Code Week ambassador for Tanzania, working very passionately around women's and children's rights. Josephine, this feels amazing to see you here again. So very excited to have Josephine stepping into the fireside today with us. Welcome, Josephine.
Asante sana. It's very nice to see you again, Vicky, after some time, and I'm glad to be here.
And we're so glad to have you once again. So let's step right in. So Agnes, I'm just going to come over to you. So you have a very interesting role at CAMFED, and we just want to know a little bit about how you have seen girls' education being impacted during your time there in your current role? What are the sort of key lessons that we can draw from supporting girls' education from what you've seen in your role?
Thank you very much. So, hello everyone, once again. As Vicky rightly mentioned, my name is Agnes Ayariga Tanga and a member of the CAMFED Association. I currently work with CAMFED as CAMA Development Officer, and CAMA is the CAMFED Association for short. And as our membership is now numbering over 250,000 young women, my role as a development officer is to support the network across all the 5 African countries that CAMFED do operate in, and to support the development needs. We're doing to support the development in their development in diverse areas, particularly in their transition to further education, employment, or entrepreneurship. It requires working with all the program officers in CAMFED, the managers, the head of programs, to design programs and review our work, and also to see how we can champion the aspects. And that is the young women within the association, particularly on the work they are doing on the ground. So it is an interesting role for me, if you'd ask me, working with young women. So the key lessons over my 5 years of working with CAMFED, one thing I would say, and this resonates with me, is women empowerment. And thank God that is also the name for this program. See, we can never underestimate the power of girls' education in empowering as a tool for empowering young women. It has helped us gain self-confidence. And take me for as an example, CAMFED also supported my education at tertiary level, and I have gained several benefits in a form of making informed choices because of the information I've been privy to due to the education opportunity I got. My self-confidence, as you know, before I couldn't even talk among people. And then it has also improved, my social and economic well-being. And so again, I would iterate on women empowerment as a girls' education as a tool for women empowerment. Another key lessons that I've also observed in my line of work in terms of supporting girls' education is breaking the cycle of poverty. Education can be a critical factor in breaking the cycle of poverty. And so educating girls, you'll notice that it's more likely to help us secure a better opportunity in terms of job, even earn higher incomes as a result of that, and by extension, support our family. And so breaking the cycle of poverty is one key lesson that personally, myself and the CAMFED as an organization have learned that we have been able to achieve in terms of supporting girls' education. Another is also community development. There is this saying that if you educate a girl, you educate an individual, right? And if you educate a man, apologies, you educate an individual, right? But if you educate a girl or a woman, you educate an entire nation. In fact, permit me to say you've educated an entire world, the whole world. And so girls' education doesn't just benefit the individual or say Agnes alone. No, it contributes in the community and the national development. So you'll notice that educating girls, it will often makes the girl child become active, informed citizen. Then we can contribute to positive change, like myself and the other CAMFED Association members, and even we young women who find ourselves here on today's empowerment program, we have been doing as a result of the benefits of girls' education. Then also gender equality. Yes, CAMFED over the years with our work have noticed or realized a key lesson is that in promoting girls' education, it has given us a step towards what? Achieving gender equality. What do I mean by that? It challenges the traditional gender role, and the stereotypes around, women empowerment, women education, and it has opened up opportunities, various opportunities for girls in the fields that are usually dominated by our male counterparts. Then social and economic impact, another key lesson. Investing in girls' education has ripple effects on the society and the economy. And you would agree with me, right? Yes, it does. And so when we educate girls, it leads to higher productivity, increased income, increased economic growth, and then greater social cohesion. And I am a classic example of this, you know. Then another lesson is the holistic approach we've adapted. Now, in terms of effective girls' education programs that we have implemented over the years, we often do not just include access to the quality schooling alone, but also we go a step ahead, you know, to address some additional barriers that are likely to hinder the girl child from even staying in school and then proceeding further, which includes early child marriage, you know, gender-based violence, I can't think of any, I think some social norms basically in our local settings that can practically hinder girls' child education. So we look at the holistic approach, and this is where ComFed has introduced the Learner Guide program, which provide mentorship for this time around. It's not only focused on girls, but on students in general to help them stay in school. So aside providing support in terms of financial support for girls to have access to education, we go ahead to provide mentorship support to help them stay in school. And then we keep following their progress, tracking their progress, and then find ways to support them in terms of the stereotypes that are likely to hinder their education. Then one last key point I noted down in terms of our key lesson is measuring impact. I mean, what does all what we are doing mean if we are not measuring the impact of what we are doing? And so monitoring and evaluating our work has really given us a crucial understanding of the effectiveness of girls' education in the programs we are implementing. So we do collect data and then we measure the outcome, you know, and it helps refines our strategy and even allocating resources effectively to keep pushing forward the agenda of supporting girls' education. So in conclusion, I just want to say that promoting girls' education is not just about enrollment, but also about retention, quality education, and addressing the broader, you know, social and economic factors that hinder girls to have access to education. And highlighting these importance are multifaceted approaches that we, over the years, we have used to support girls' education, and the significance of the impact it has had on the individual and the community at large. Thank you.
Wow, Agnes. Wow. I mean, just listening to you, you've really broken down the importance of girls' education. Now, I think now we need to have a men's empowerment program and have you tell them all the benefits of educating women. And thank you so much for that amazing work that you're doing. I mean, once people put it into perspective and contextualize it the way that you have, it really shows that it is very important for us to put more concerted effort in supporting girls' education. So thank you so much for that, Agnes. I will hop over back to you in a bit. So Josephine, I mean, just also listening to Agnes, I know how passionate you are about women and girls' rights and education and empowerment. I mean, just give us a snapshot, just a sneak preview of a project that you've done that has impacted the lives of women and girls that is most memorable to you.
Well, thank you very much. I had a question, but yet an easy one, trying to choose just one project. But I will be combining among the projects that I've done. One among the things was Future STEM Business Leader, where we had different students that we're working on, and we would help them to really use and bridge a gap between science and technology. And today it's amazing that we have some of the people that participated in the program, such as Eva, who is here today, who also started as a secondary teacher, but today she is an assistant lecturer at the University of Dar es Salaam. And we get to see how these changes are working. But the journey hasn't ended. As currently working on also youth, again through the Mishamani, different projects within the border areas to see that these young ladies and also the youth from primary level to the age of 35, they get engaged in school. They work in different programs and to see what is happening. But my favorite of all is the Africa Code Week, where we would bring all the students and the teachers to see what they can use as a technology to solve different challenges that we have within the community. As much as people ignore technology, but it's a one way of bringing them together. Working with the young students has helped us to understand the thoughts that they have, the creativity that they bring, that helps us understand how to really work with them to break the gender bias, especially to the young female children, that they can't communicate their emotions, but they can do it through games, they can do it through different activities that they're working on. So to me, that has been a program that has given me a different mindset, I would say mindset transformation, to understand how to really work with everyone, but also the teachers that are really helping these students to see how they're working. Today, we see we are in international development organization, but really shout out to Africa Code Week Women Empowerment Program. It has really groomed me to get to where we are today, to understand that mindset. How can we really help the communities that we are in? We've done with robotics. We did a pilot last year, December, and we got to see how really people are eager, the young ones are really eager to understand and to see how can they best help their own communities. But it is these, people call them small interventions, that really ends up bringing a whole journey that could help within the country. Thank you very much, Vicky.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Josephine. And I'm glad that you speak about grooming. And, you know, we spoke about it earlier to say, we are all here in a collaborative nature, and that means building each other up. And I feel the Women Empowerment Program has really become a force to be reckoned with when it comes to that. It's so many lessons to be learned, confidence building skills, articulation skills. Agnes, you mentioned earlier that you didn't have the skills to be able to speak in front of people. And so this is the grooming that we're speaking about. So as we kind of draw our fireside chat, Agnes, to a close, just, you know, in just a couple of minutes, just 2 minutes, what do you think needs to be done to achieve the goal of getting more women and girls into STEM studies and by extension, STEM careers and STEM businesses in Africa? Where are the gaps? What do we need to do in just 2 minutes? I think you're on mute, Agnes.
Apologies, sorry. So I was
That's
just saying
fine.
So achieving the goal of getting more women and girls into STEM studies, I think number one we can talk of is promoting early STEM education, you know. So I believe that starting to promote these young women's interest in STEM at a very early age, enticing their interest, building their passion, at a very young age, I believe could encourage them to begin to explore the STEM subjects through, you know, interactive hands-on learning experiences as well. Another I'm thinking is also, I believe is strongly, is addressing the gender stereotype. And I have really gone through this before, and it is something that is really happening in our African context, particularly in Ghana. So if we want to achieve more women pursuing STEM studies, we need to challenge and change the cultural and societal stereotypes that usually suggest that STEM is a male-dominated field, and so women, you should even try going there. We should encourage more girls to pursue any STEM interest without bias. So then also it leads to the public awareness and advocacies as well, because we have to keep having conversations around this and keep perhaps convincing our counterparts also that we are not here to take them or push them away from the STEM field. We're only saying that there is enough space for everybody. They should just shift on the table, let us sit. We are not asking them to just get up from the table for us. No, please shift, let us sit as well. That's all women we are saying. Then providing role models and mentoring. And I think my fellow co-panelists also mentioned that we can never underestimate the power of role models and mentoring. It is important for us to showcase successful female professionals as a role model and establishing mentorship programs that will help connect girls with other women in STEM careers. That is how we are able to empower them. And also in schools like this, we shouldn't just have only female and males as an examples in terms of our curriculum. We should also include some female professionals who have really excelled and done well in STEM to also mentor our young women. So I would stop here given time, but there are indeed a lot of things we can do or put in place to help empower more women and girls to pursue STEM courses. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Agnes. I mean, we've benefited a lot from having you here, and we hope this is not the last time that we see you on the Women Empowerment Program. We hope to see you again very, very soon. You have a well of knowledge that we'd love to tap into as the Women Empowerment Program. So thank you so, so much for joining us on the fireside. All right, so Josephine, so as we continue to celebrate the 5th WEP birthday, what advice do you give to our new participants joining this program for the next 6 weeks for the first time?
The advice that I can give is persistent, but also perseverance. As a learning journey, one might find 6 weeks is a lot. One might find 2.5 hours is a lot time to take. But then in those 2.5 hours, as time goes by, we get to learn different things. We get to learn from each other. So the beginning is always hard, but as we continue with the journey, we get to see the goodies that are in there, the things that we might not have been able to share with our own communities, but sometimes speaking to a person that you have just known could be easier. It's another way of well-being sharing out. It's another way of learning new knowledge, but I'm a living example. I've learned a lot being here. I would say most people don't really appreciate where they're coming from, but it is through this journey I'm getting to where I am. And it has helped me to understand that no matter where you go, always remember the things that took you there. Always remember the values. And it helps us in guiding. Just because you're a teacher, you're teaching, doesn't mean that you should end in class. What additional value are you bringing into the school? If there is an opportunity, why should you be the one to pick up and not anyone else? So it's a challenge to all of us to be able to stay in, but again, to really understand why we are going through this program. What do we really want to achieve? And how can we be impactful into our own communities through the lesson learned from other communities, but the lesson learned from the things that are happening there. It's a long journey, but it's worth passing through. Thank you, Vic.
Thank you so much, Josephine. I mean, how amazing is that? So if I wanted to start a 6-week program, I'd go to Josie for some inspiration and some motivation. So thank you so, so much. The two of you, Josephine, Agnes, you've been absolutely inspirational, motivational, and really, we just want to send you some love. So I'm already using my little reaction there. So if you could join me, everybody, in thanking Agnes and Josephine. Let's show them some love in the chat. Let's show them some love on our screens by giving them some hearts and just encouraging them to say, hey, you are super women. Keep doing what you're doing. We're so proud of you. So thank you so much for joining us on the Fireside Chat today. So moving on with our program, as always, I did mention the tech tips that we like to use here on the Women Empowerment Program. Why? We love to focus on technology as we get on with the program, and also by extension, try to introduce some technology that we are going to be using in our different classrooms. So the first piece of technology that we're already using is Zoom. So we're getting ready to discuss the other pieces of technology that you're going to interact with quite a bit when it comes to the Women Empowerment Program. So we're just going to roll a presentation for you with regards the understand how this all works. So already we have some few tips that we've discussed as we came onto the program. We spoke about ensuring that we have the latest version of Zoom because that is the platform that we are going to use. And also it's very important to have the latest version of Zoom so that you can actually enjoy some of the updated features that Zoom has for us. And also with regards just our meetings, we'd love to keep our mics muted unless otherwise requested to speak. And this is just so that we're able to hear each other well, and also so that our interpreters in the background are able to catch all the amazing things that everybody has to say in a clearer and more coherent manner. So you will see what the Zoom interface looks like. One of the key issues that we always stress when we come onto the program is also the interpretation button. So please always remember to set this interpretation to the channel that you want to hear the program in. So if you want to hear it in English, you will select English. If you want to hear it in French, you will select French. We will always also like to ask you to keep your videos on, and this is great so that we can all feel connected and see each other on the screen. This is if our internet connectivity allows. I do know sometimes that we get a little bit of lag with the internet connectivity there. And of course, when asked to speak, we will then unmute your mic and also turn on your video so that we're able to spotlight you. Should you wish to say anything during the program, please kindly use the reactions button to raise your hand and just show us that you would like some attention, and we'll be able to call on you through that platform. Then, of course, the breakout rooms, which is something we're going to experience very soon on this very call today, is we are going to be put into different groups so that you can then have your focus groups where you are going to be working for the next 6 weeks. And so you will be invited to join some breakout rooms. And these breakout rooms, usually there is a prompt that comes up on your screen that invites you to join a certain room. Please be mindful to click on the join button as soon as you get that prompt so that you can be quickly directed to the breakout room with the rest of your team. This was very important because oftentimes the other members start getting into the breakout rooms whilst others are still left in the main session. So please just make a quick check to make sure that when the prompt comes on, you click the join button. And of course, if you need any assistance at all within the breakout room, please kindly click on the Ask for Help button. That will alert any one of the hosts that you need some assistance, and will be able to speedily get to your room and assist you. With regards the sharing of the screen, so you're going to notice that from time to time, you are going to do some group work in your different folders, and we are also going to ask you to share the work that you've been doing with the rest of the group via the share screen. So you may want to take note of the share screen button. It's at the bottom of your screen, and you would then get the pop-up prompt there where you'll be able to select the screen that you wish to share. And if it is a screen with some video or with some audio, you might want to check the two bottoms to the left that say share with audio, and also optimize for video sharing. So this is very important so that we can enjoy what it is that you have to share on the screen. And as always, we use Google Drive to store the Google folders and the Google documents of all the work that you will be doing. It's a lot easier for us to also assist with different groups, and also to put your work in an orderly manner, making it accessible for everyone in those various groups. So when you get to your internet browser, and it can be any one of these, though we do recommend using Google Chrome so that you can get the best out of the Google products, you will then sign in to your Gmail account. I believe most of us have used our Gmail account to get the meeting notification for today. and you will then select your Google Drive. And after having received your gotten into your Google Drive, you will then find the group folder for the group that you have been allocated. So that is the group that you are going to work in for the entire 6 weeks. So if you're group 1, we expect that you stay within the group 1 folder and its relevant documents for the next 6 weeks. And of course, this is basically how you would then create things like folders, new documents, new Google Slides, and this will all be happening within your Google folder. Just as a gentle reminder, in case you don't get this, this presentation will be shared with you, and I believe it's also going to be shared in the chat right now so that you can make reference to it as the program continues. And of course, a nice piece of technology, which I believe we are going to dive right into shortly after this, is the Mentimeter. So we're going to do a lot of live polling, a lot of live interactive feedback on this program. And the piece of technology we use to do that is Mentimeter. So we are really looking forward to enjoying what the program has to offer. And these are the pieces of technology that we are going to use. But to show us how Mentimeter actually works, I'm going to invite Nadine and Josephine to walk us through our quick Mentimeter. I hope we can still hear each other. Nadine, Josephine.
Yes, Vicky, we can hear each other, and we're just, yes. We're just waiting for the Mentimeter presentation, but we can hear you, and yeah.
So just speaking about the Mentimeter, Josephine, I mean, I feel like it's one of the most interesting parts of the program because we're then able to then get to connect through that and also see the responses in real time, which I think can also be transferred to the classroom setup, which I think is absolutely amazing for us to be able to experience that. So as we wait for the Mentimeter presentation, we'd also just like to have teachers have a think about how you can integrate Mentimeter into your everyday classroom teaching. I'm sure it would be really fun for the students to use Mentimeter. And it's over to you, Nadine and Josephine.
Thank you very much, Vicky. And we are glad that we can now use Mentimeter. As from how Vicky has explained how to use Mentimeter, please join the Mentimeter through the Menti. You can menti.com. You can use the code which is 286266 and 9. And we have
52 526529, and we'll put it into the chat also, won't we?
Yes, and we're very glad that they're working. And the first question is, where were you born?
And you know what I love about this, Josephine, is like we talk about these new technologies and we want to use them in our classroom, but we can be sometimes a little bit, I don't know, a little bit afraid or a little bit lazy to use them ourselves, right? So it's really good for everybody to do what you can to get in here, because then you have the experience of what you're asking your students to do.
Exactly. And it's another way of getting those students who are not upfront in speaking out loud to engage in these such activities. That way, you get all the voices, the power of technology. Luisa, yes, we have seen you are asking for the code. It will be shared again into the chat, but please go to www.menti.com and you'll get the code soon.
There's the code there. And I think,
Yes.
Josephine, this has been a good one just to get everybody into Mentimeter. And we had a wonderful introduction this morning where we went around and saw where everybody was from. So I think this is good. We could even move to the next slide, and that way, hopefully everybody is with us as we move along.
Yes, and Nadine, I noticed something. There are people who just wrote their countries, but there are people that went on thinking outside the box, even mentioning the cities or the regions that they were born. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, we see there are more people joining in. Please go to www.menti.com. The code is 28526529. And our next question is, what is your motivation to join this program? Why would you really want to join this program? Please share that with us.
And you, like us, you can watch the little right-hand side. There's a little person on the right-hand side. And as you start to join and get in here, the number goes up. So 1 is in there already. Where are everybody else? Come on, girls, let's get into the Menti.
And the ones who are feeling the challenge to join in the Menti, please, you can share some of the answers in the chat, but we're really encouraging you to use the Menti so that you can also practice back to our societies. What is your motivation to join this program?
I love that one. Curiosity. Just for curiosity. Isn't it wonderful to be curious? What a beautiful trait. I'm just curious, so I'm going to join.
It's very true. Why do you really want to join this program? Nadine, let's see. As we're celebrating 5 years, did you see it growing this much? Why did you really want to be part of this program?
Are you asking me, Josephine?
I'm asking you. I mean, we might as well communicate.
Yeah, I mean, who would not want to be part of this program? And it's the things I said. I just wanted to be inspired and feel very connected to women. And it helps me see the parts of me that I need to learn about, the parts where I need to grow. And it helps me see the parts of me that are already, well established and able to share. So I love this. And coming in from the Menti, it's like people are really interested. These women are so interested in personal development, for encouraging the girls in their school, for having more skills.
I'm telling you, and Nadine, it's like you're answering all the questions. Oh, I see, connecting with other women to encourage our girl child.
Excuse me to interrupt. Would you please send the link, please, again?
Thanks, Leila. And it's in the chat there. Do you see the Menti code? We'll put it in again for you. And it's just there in the chat if you scroll just up a little bit. And thank you for asking. Isn't it lovely how Leila asked for what she needed? How many of you don't ask for what you need? Wonderful, Leila, for showing us what's possible.
This is what we are looking for. Mwajuma, you can still learn how to go to www.menti.com, and then you can use the code, which is 28526529. And if you're still facing the challenge, don't really feel bad. This is how we get to learn the new technology. You can always use the chat as you're learning how to use the technology. What do you love the most about teaching? Teachers, please let us know.
Yeah, it's a way of learning as well.
It's very true.
Sharing, somebody has said.
Change the world. It's very interesting. I mean, we're also learning. The 5 years has helped us to learn a lot, and we're really glad.
Yeah, sharing knowledge.
Collaboration with the students and increasing my skills. Very true. We are learning even from the young ones.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the positive feedbacks from the student. Interesting. You must be a really good teacher receiving all these positives.
Yeah, it's more than information. It's also the transmission of knowledge. and being able
Exactly.
to see that in the students' eyes.
Yeah, to shape the learners into the future leaders. It's very true. It's from you that we depend to get onto the top. What I love the most is to interact with the youngest and share the knowledge. Please do keep on sharing the knowledge, and this is how we keep on learning. We're having 23 responses, 24, the number is increasing, and please
Yay.
go to www.menti.com.
Yeah, look, it's a noble profession, and it's a profession around sharing and around support.
The fact that I'm touching lives, wow, this is very nice. Yes, we see that you really are touching the lives of the people. And what do you really love the most? 32 responses. That is really nice. Thank you.
Well done, ladies. 32 of you are
Yeah.
in. We have 71 of us online. 34 of us are now in Menti. And I love that this course is going to make you feel out of your comfort zone. It is designed to make you feel out of your comfort zone. Your thoughts might say, oh, I don't know how to do this. And then 35 of you are now in.
I'm telling you, and getting half of us already learning, 36. Wow. Ladies, you're on fire. What is the most important attribute or the quality of a teacher? Ladies, over to you. What are your attributes or the qualities of a teacher?
Patience. Oh, yes. Being a good listener. Yes.
Being resourceful, interesting, love for all. I see empathy as well.
Yeah, perseverance. That was mentioned by yourself earlier too, Josephine.
And the good thing about Mentimeter, you'll see this word that keeps on popping up larger and larger. That shows us how many of you are talking about patience, how many of you are talking about these attributes that we're getting there. So the larger it is, the more numbers of people answering the same attribute. What is this important attribute? We see patience is still getting there, patience is still getting there, leadership, being honest.
To facilitate learners.
I'm telling you, but Nadine, I'm a bit curious. Why do we think everyone is talking about patience? Is it so hard to be a teacher? We should learn from these teachers.
Well, I think it probably is, right? It probably is. It's like the patience. If you have a classroom of anything between 30 to 50 students, to try and keep all of those students together, all of them motivated, all of them interested, all of them inspired, all of them learning. Yeah, patience. And I also think, I have to say, Josephine, that's quite a woman. I know we're into gender here, but I think women have to practice a lot of patience in our life. So yeah, good one.
And we really do appreciate you, teachers. We've seen this word. Well done, teachers. Being patient is not easy.
Yeah, loving your work. Oh my God, how important is that? When you go to a day, you go into your job and you feel great and you love your work, how easy it is. And when another day when you go in and you don't love it, oh gosh, life can be hard. Eesh.
It's not easy. We are really grateful for you, teachers. At least we are here today. We learned something from our teachers.
39 of you are in Mentimeter. Woo! Moving on. Next question.
Interesting one. What would you like to learn from this program? What do you really want to learn from this program? We're still waiting for your responses. What would you really like to learn?
Yeah, and I love some people are putting in the chat, this inclusion is about finding a way to be heard, finding a way for your voice to be heard. If you're struggling with Menti, use the chat. Clementina, I can see in there, Babi is also using the chat. Wonderful.
We see creativity.
What do you want to
What
learn? I want to learn how to be a leader. How wonderful. How can I help girls? That's what I
I
want to
see.
learn.
Innovate ICT for teaching. Interesting. To be a good teacher, especially in physics subjects. What would you really like to learn? Access to digital learning. Different period of teaching and learning how to use ICT to educate learners. To learn different ways of motivating girls and women into STEM subjects.
Yeah, to improve my style of teaching, I see somebody said there, my style. And to find inspiration from other learners. Great.
Teaching skills, how to be a leader using more critical thinking.
Learning artificial intelligence. Yeah, we better keep practicing that with AI getting stronger and stronger every day.
I'm telling you, ChatGPT is going to get hold of us.
It's pretty good. That's a technology, ladies. If you haven't looked at it before, we'll put it in the chat. ChatGPT, amazing, very interesting.
More insight to the world of digital learning. Yes, we keep on having digital learning.
Yeah, feminine leadership. Yeah. Projects in the sector, the management of projects in the sector. Wonderful. So 33 are in. Josephine, I think we should move on. This program is packed. Ladies, you will see week by week, you will not get bored. We will be moving fast, and thank you for that. Victoria, you're enjoying the Mentimeter. Hooray! Love that.
Very cool, very lovely. It's a good way of learning.
Right, so great. So we're going to move over into the next session, and this is the Teacher's Corner. So we spoke about submitting a Teacher's Corner video so we can get to know what it is that you're doing in your respective communities. And so we just have an example of what a Teacher's Corner video looks like. And this is from Anna. You met her earlier from Namibia.
Hi, my name is Anna Amomo from Namibia. I work at various primary schools in my country as an ICT teacher. I am also an advocate for child online protection. This I do with a task force of various stakeholders. I teach primarily what the internet is with the help of gamification in Scratch and Kitten. In addition to this, I teach young people on coding and mobile app creation to solve their social issues and innovative ways to come up with websites that are more interactive and informative. I face many challenges because I work in the informal settlement and that these communities have no electricity or water. But to overcome these challenges, I make use of public libraries and with the help of the community members, use cinema-style teaching where I teach on YouTube videos at their homes if they have solar power. I am about to start a project on accessibility of internet for people with disabilities. I teach content creators how to create inclusive content and how people with disabilities are differently abled to access the internet. I believe in the power of SDG 17 that talks about partnerships. This is how we can achieve so much more with the work of a community. Thank you. Because of the interest of the community, it's very difficult to get people to come forth and want to learn. So my classrooms usually vary in size and gender. And that is the beauty of diversity. I really wish to work with many other people in many different countries to also help support my efforts in getting people digitally literate and at the pace that they want to be.
So that is what a Teacher's Corner video looks like. So just to remind everybody, it has to be 3 minutes or less. Please record the video and send us the link to the video. So this could be a link to a Google Drive video or a link to a YouTube video. Email info@camdentrust.org and we'll share that for you. So we spoke about technology a little bit earlier, and we would actually love to go into the breakout room so that we can see another feature of Zoom that we can actually use to do that. So we are going to be having our first meet and greet session today. And so what is going to happen is you're going to be meeting your fellow group members today for the first time. In your groups, you are going to meet your facilitator as well as another co-facilitator that will be working together with your group leaders. And you are basically going to introduce each other to each other in a fun and exciting way. So what we're going to do this time is our facilitators are going to take the lead on that, and we are going to basically give ourselves some time to open the breakout rooms now so that we are able to start going into the breakout rooms. So you will remember that I mentioned that you are going to get a prompt. You are going to get a prompt on your screen that will enable you to be able to get into the breakout rooms. So today's session, and I'll just be, talking you through it as the breakout rooms are getting ready. We're looking at introducing each other in a fun way by guessing each other's countries, by speaking about different things that are from your country. So this could be an iconic statue or a famous landmark that your country has, or a famous dish that your country has. And then you are able to get the other team members to guess which country you come from. And as you get to know each other, you're also going to do something called 2 truths and a lie. And so what that is all about is, from the little interaction that you would have had with your team members, you've got to give them 2 things about you that are true and 1 that is a lie, and they
Yeah. All the facilitators are all going, oh, please, can I have Ilham in my group? Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, so
happy to be part of your group too.
good. Oh, and Ilham, I also love, thank you for being willing to share this morning, for being willing to be vulnerable this morning. It's, to me, as I said when I spoke earlier, it is the strongest and the most powerful leadership trait that I have experienced in all my career, is being able to be vulnerable and show up, not perfect, willing to learn. And you showed us an example of what that is like this morning, that leadership. So thank you for being here, and so beautiful for all of us to experience. We will continue with this wellness as we go through the week so that we can learn more and more about our minds, about how we think, about what we need to, how we can relax, and how ultimately, how if we take care of ourselves, we are available to participate in the world. And that means I benefit. If it's me, I benefit, but also you benefit. You hear what I have to say. I hear what I have to say. Fantastic. Thank you, Ilham. Thank you, everybody. Let's send Ilham some love, everybody. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Vicky, I'm coming back to you for breakout groups, and now enjoy meeting each other.
Absolutely. So what's going to happen today is we're not going to go into the breakout rooms. We're all going to meet each other here, which is really, really exciting. And we will go into the breakout rooms next week. So that's really, really exciting for us to do. But before we do that, thank you so much, Nadine, for helping us calm down. It's been a marathon since the beginning of the morning when we started the program. So the wellness always helps us to calm down and get in touch with ourselves. So this is one feature of the program for the next 6 weeks that we are going to enjoy having. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to introduce some of the facilitators that are here with us today, and for our different groups, and they're going to work with us today and showing us how we're going to be working in the different groups. So I'm just going to say hi to Claudette. Claudette is from group 1. Claudette, are you here? You could just turn on your mic and say hi so that we know that you're here. Claudette.
Hi.
Hi. So good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. So we have Claudette for group 2. We have Fina. Fina, are you here? Fina. Fina. Oh, there she is.
Yes, I am
Hi,
here.
Fina.
Hi.
Wonderful to see you there in the classroom in Rwanda. So it's always so good to see how busy you are, but you take out the time to be part of the program, and we really appreciate you for doing that.
Thank you.
So we also have Marie Chantal from group 3. Marie, are you here?
Oh, yes, I'm there. Hi.
Hi. Good to see you. Good to see you. I think your camera is coming on shortly, but good to see you from group 4, Clementina. Hi, Clementina. Can you hear us? Clementina, I hope so. We'll get to meet you. Yes. Good to see you, Clementina, as always.
Thank you.
Awesome. And then from group 5, Hadija, if you're here. Yes, you are. Hi.
Yes, I am here. How are you? Bonjour. Hi.
Bonjour.
I'm delighted to be with you today.
Delighted to see you as always, Hadija. Lovely. And Naul, I did see you. Naul from group 6.
Oui, je suis là.
Yes, I am here indeed. Hello.
Hi, good to see
Les
you.
femmes du monde.
So
Merci, moi
wonderful.
aussi.
So wonderful to see you, Nawul, as always. And these are some of our facilitators that have put on these really, really big shoes, and they're going to be helping us out every week in guiding us with the group activities. So I think we should show them some love. I think we should show them some love for taking on the additional responsibility of not only being facilitators, but also, not only being participants, but also being facilitators. So we're really, really excited with that. So just to do a quick check again, if our breakout rooms are working, if I get a thumbs up, if the breakout rooms are working, because we want to give it another shot and see if the rooms are working. Can I get some feedback on that? If not, we're happy to do our session on here. Right, so as we prepare to get into the breakout rooms, just in a minute or two, we are just going to get going with what this is going to look like. So I'm going to get my good old friend Josephine to come on board, and then it is going to be great stuff for us. Hopefully we'll be able to have a little feel of what it feels like to be in the breakout rooms with our group. So my dear friend Josephine is going to help me demonstrate what the first activity for team introductions is. So Hasna, I see you have your hand up.
Yeah, hello everybody. So I have a question, Vicky. So you have mentioned some facilitators, okay? That's it. Okay, there are no other facilitators because you have not mentioned my name. I don't know if we have something to do right now or not.
Oh, okay. So we're going to go into the breakout rooms. Yes, Hasna, I did say some of the facilitators. So I'm sorry for not picking you out there. But yes, definitely for now, we're all going to work together in this room until we can move to the breakout room. So we're going to do the first bit of the activity with Josephine, just so that you have an idea of what's going to be happening in the breakout room. So Josephine is coming up now. So the first one is introducing yourself using a famous landmark or a famous traditional dish that comes from your country. And the job of all of you is going to be to guess which country what we have mentioned comes from. So Josephine, you and I have never met. I'm sure I've never seen you before. So give me an idea of where you might be coming from.
Vicky, let's see. We have Mount Kilimanjaro.
Mm-hmm.
We have pilau as one of our traditional meals.
Mm-hmm.
But also we have Maasai's. Where do you think I'm coming from?
Wow. Anybody have any idea where she's coming from? Mount Kilimanjaro, the Maasai. Yeah, I mean, I would think you're from Kenya. I mean, with Maasai, yeah.
Kenya.
Yeah,
Tanzania,
Tanzania.
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 Is that correct, Josephine? Are you coming from Tanzania?
It is very correct. And you think the interesting part was we both have Kilimanjaro, Kenya and Tanzania. We have Maasai in Kenya and Tanzania. But the one thing that separated as the most of the main dish was the pilau.
Ah, so there we go. So we've learned something new about Tanzania that we probably didn't know. So, Abena, I see you on there. So I've never seen you. I've never met you. Give me a clue about where you come from.
Okay. We have the famous national football team called the Black Stars. And then we are located between Togo and Ivory Coast. We have one of the biggest man-made lake in West Africa called the Akosombo Border.
Now I wish. So now I wish I was paying attention in geography class. What is the biggest man-made lake in Africa? Where is it? Can't for the life of me remember. Anybody want to help? Anybody know where she's coming from?
Ghana?
Ghana.
Ghana. Oh. So we have a
Ghana.
consensus that Ghana.
Her name made it easier, like Abina.
Yeah. She made it easy. Not for me. That was really nice. So we're going to keep this going. So Asma, I see your hand is up.
Yes. Hi, Vic. I just have a very quick question, please. If you can just devote a few minutes to tell us how we can get to the breakout rooms, if it's of course scheduled for today. Thank you so much. Just to let us actually know, because I saw many others asking for this. Please help us how to get to the breakout rooms. Thank you so much. I'll let you introduce yourself. Thank you. It's a great pleasure to be here, guys.
Oh, it's a pleasure to hear from you, Asma, and definitely we'll let you know when we're going to the breakout rooms. The team is still
Thanks
working
a
on that.
lot.
If not a problem. It'll be for next week. So definitely we'll help you through that. So just hang tight, and yeah, we'll definitely give you direction in a few minutes. So, Asma, since you and I have just been talking, and I have you on the floor,
Yeah.
I've never met you and I don't know where you're from. So on the screen, could you pick somebody and ask them to give you a clue about where they come from, and let's see if you can guess.
Okay, let's see. Hold on. Let me
So many
pick
beautiful faces to choose from.
Okay, I pick Mary Chantal.
Right.
Okay.
Marie Chantal?
Okay.
Because I
I'll
love
say
the background, Mary Chantal, and your nice actually outfit. It's so colorful.
thank
It
you.
attracted me.
Thank you so much.
It attracted me. Thank you.
Okay. So in my country, the football team, I'm going to take that one, is it's called Indomitable Lions. Then sometimes called Africa in Miniature. And in addition, one of our mates is Ndole. Yes. So that's what I can say about our country.
Anybody to help us guess? We're just about to go into the breakout
Hold
rooms now.
on.
So for
It's
those
cooking
that
inside. Can you just mention again, Mary Chantal, what you said at the end, please?
I said our meal is one of our meals, one of our traditional meals is Ndole.
Okay. And if I may ask, what is this made of?
Okay, the meal is made up of vegetables, green vegetables, then some granules inside, and then meat. It's cooked like
Okay.
that.
Let me see. I'm thinking maybe the Ivory Coast, but again, I don't know. Chocolate, you have got a lot of chocolate in there, nice chocolate. I know that the Ivory Coast have got amazing chocolate. No? Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Can I give it another guess? Another try?
Oh, okay, wait, let me add something. One of our mountains is Mount Paco. I don't know if you've heard of Mount Paco.
Mount? Sorry, can you say that again?
Mount Paco, Mount Paco.
Okay, so does anybody want to help Asma out?
Yeah,
We're getting
guys, I
ready to
need
go
help
into
here. I'm
breakout
lost.
rooms.
I think it's Cameroon.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah,
It's Cameroon,
Cameroon.
Marie? Ah, awesome stuff. So this is really fun because we're getting to learn a lot about our different countries. And
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
what better way to get to know? So well done, Asma and Marie and
Thank
Abena
you.
for joining me, and also to the lovely Josephine for joining me on this one. So we're going to get ready to go into the breakout rooms. So what is going to happen now is as the breakout rooms are opened, you are going to be assigned into your group. So what will happen is you will receive a specific prompt only on your screen to join a certain breakout room. You will click that prompt where it says join. Make sure you click where it says join, and you will be immediately directed to your room. So the only thing you need to do is when the prompt comes up on your screen, click join. That is the only thing that you need to do. So it's a process. It may take a minute or two as we get everybody into the right room, but I'm sure after 2 to 3 minutes, everybody should be in the room. So we are starting to move everybody now. So you should start to see that. If you do not see a prompt for some reason, please let us know so that we're able to help you through that. So I see already people are starting to move into their rooms, which is great. So as we get that, please, could we click join as quickly as possible so that we can do that? We're going along quite well. We're going along quite well, pretty fast. So any problems at all, please, if you're still left in this room, please let us know so that we're able to help you in your rooms. Okay. So Rachel still here together, but that was so that you could get a feel of what it's like to move from the main session and have your little focus groups, and also just to see your fellow group members. So I hope we had some fun in there. I hope we managed to introduce ourselves to each other at the very least. And we will be having a chat and reaching out to your facilitators on how you can be able to complete this week's work. I'm sure you'll enjoy interacting in your individual group, WhatsApp groups, as the week progresses. So we have come to the end of our first session of the Women Empowerment Program. I call it the 5th birthday edition for semester 2 for 2023. We have 5 more sessions ahead of us before we get to the graduation. So just a few quick reminders before we leave here today. Please make sure that you do join the 2023 WEP Semester 2 WhatsApp group. A link will be put into the chat, so please click on it before you leave, and it'll be out in a position to join the group right now. We also want to make sure that you are in this group so that you're informed of any changes or updates to the program as and when they happen in real time. So please, let's look forward to being together next week, Thursday, same time, same place, same Zoom link, as we prepare for the rest of the Women Empowerment Program. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here for the last 2.5 hours. And one of the things that we do before we leave here is to actually dance our way out of the program. So this is going to be our little tradition every Thursday. So from us to you, it's lots and lots of love, and we'll see you next week.